Welcome back. You're still watching KTN Prime. And just to remind you, tonight we're talking about the African Union having called on leaders to remain calm, while world leaders following strikes on Iran by the United States and Israel. The AU has warned that the conflict could affect people worldwide, including in Africa and in Kenya. Of course, we've had and seen the government has so far sent out an advisory to Kenyans residing in or traveling to the Middle East. Of course, we'll be having a discussion, just to remind you, with His Excellency Gideon Bihar, the Ambassador of Israel to Kenya, just to help us understand what's happening and what really is at the center of this conflict, as far as he'll be able to tell us. So stay tuned. We'll be bringing that interview to you right after this story. Now, the prolonged drought in the country has pushed pastoralist communities to the edge, with traditional pastoral systems increasingly strained by climate change effects. Many families have lost sources of food and income as traditional herds starve and milk dries up. To counter these effects, a livestock breed improvement initiative through artificial insemination (AI) has been introduced to create drought-resistant breeds in drought-hit areas. Esther Dana visited Kajiado Central and filed this report.
The cycle of traditional breeds, reliant on sparse grazing, weakening rapidly during dry spells, overgrazing on fragile lands, and collapsing when resources vanish, has intensified in the recent years. Herders are reporting significant herd reductions. Households are losing hundreds of cattle and goats since mid-2025, while surviving animals produce little to no milk, eroding food security and household incomes. These harsh realities have forced households to sell in distress at outrageously low prices, begging an urgent call for herders to cease selling, but instead focus on improving breeds. In response to these deepening vulnerabilities, the Kenya Red Cross, in partnership with the Kajiado County government and the Kenya Animal Genetic Resources Center, has launched a pioneering livestock breed improvement project using artificial insemination with superior climate-resilient genetics. The initiative targets 1,000 animals in Kajiado's sub-counties. Selected livestock are synchronized and inseminated with semen from superior resilient breeds, including Sahiwal, Boran, Jersey, and Asia. By introducing improved breeds, the approach represents a practical step towards breaking pattern of devastation, rebuilding herds that endure harsh conditions, yield high milk and meat, sustain livelihoods, and reduce dependence on aid in Kenya's drylands.
We want to try by and by to convince the farmers that using technology in production is the way to go.
For Kajiado's pastoralist battered by drought, this isn't just introduction of superior genetics, it is a step towards becoming self-reliant and breaking the cycle of loss.
Tena ingine unaweza jitayarishia. Ukiweza kujua kwamba kwa wakati fulani unatarajia mvua. Unaweka ng'ombe mbegu kulingana ile wakati unataka ipate hiyo ndama.
The breed improvement technology, a clear shift from traditional norms, received some resistance from the locals. However, the narrative has since changed as hundreds continue to show interest. Some have expressed enthusiasm about the new technology. They reckon that away from climate change, pests and diseases have affected their yields significantly.
Wakati ilikuja kulingana na tamaduni zao, labda vile madaktari wanashughulikia ng'ombe hawakuwa wanapenda, labda walikuwa wanaona kama ni kitu ambayo haina maana.
The farmers are curious, they are eager to get results.
So they have taken it very positively. I think now the problem is we will be pressurized, the KAGRIC and Red Cross and the county government.
The absence of reliable fodder reserves and accessible markets have been singled out as issues exacerbating these vulnerabilities, leaving communities dependent on emergency relief that cannot address recurring crises.
So we don't want to come to Kajiado, kupatiana tu mahindi. We can't do this forever. We don't want to come to Kajiado every time tukisema watoto wanasikia njaa.
The initiative is projected to generate outcomes in 9 months, improving breeds for increased milk and meat production. The Kenya Red Cross Society is targeting to improve 4,000 cows across Kajiado, Baringo, West Pokot and Tana River counties in this pilot phase.
The bulls that we rear in our stations are locally produced or bred, and it's not GMO.
The Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center notes that the productivity of livestock in livestock rearing areas has been dwindling in the years as a result of inbreeding.
Two things are core. One is productivity improvement in terms of milk and meat, and the second is issues of improvement of resilience, so that they will not be wondering about you must have 200 animals so that you lose 100 and then you are left with 100.
According to Kajiado County government, about 350,000 cows have died in the past year. 750,000 sheep and goats have also died in Kajiado County alone. This is projected to have impacted the financial muscle of many households.
If you quantify that loss into monetized into money, is over 20 billion shillings.
Kenya is currently facing a worsening drought crisis, primarily due to the failure of the October-December 2025 short rains. Official report shows that approximately 3.3 to 3.5 million Kenyans are now in need of humanitarian food assistance and is projected to hit 3.6 million by June 2026. As the country continues to grapple with the adverse effects of droughts, this initiative forms part of the greater goal to upgrade livestock genetics, mitigating drought-induced losses, and generate steadier incomes for these ASAL communities. Esther Diana, KTN, Kajiado County.